Hello, my name is Hannah Hurdle, and I'm the Library eLearning Specialist at Ottenhemier Library. And today, I'm here to talk to you about American Indian newspapers, a database available through Ottenhemier Library as an affordable learning resource for faculty and students. The database, American Indian Newspapers, provides digital access to 200 years of North American Indigenous journalism, U.S. and Canada, from a range of communities, historic pressings, and contemporary periodicals. With over 9,000 issues, 173,000 images, and more than 1.1 million articles from 45 significant periodicals, American Indian Newspapers offers researchers a wealth of primary source material, revealing a unique perspective on historical, local, and national events. With newspapers representing a huge variety in publisher, audience, and era, discover how events were reported by and for Indigenous communities, as well as giving access to a broad range of Indigenous political opinion and a wealth of information about reservation and urban community life, economic development, civil rights, and environmental movements, activism, and cultural identity. This resource has been developed with and has only been made possible by the permission and contribution of the newspaper publishers and tribal councils concerned. This database is also made possible by the work done by the Sequoia National Research Center here at UA Little Rock, as well as the Newberry at Chicago's Independent Research Library. Now I'm going to take you through American Indian newspapers so you can see how to navigate it, as well as view the type of content found there. So, like all our other databases, you can go to the library's website, ualr.edu/library, go to databases. And American Indian Databases is one of our new databases, so you can just click on it here. Some of these tabs. So now we're on their main website. I'm going to go up to Introduction. And here we have a selection criteria, nature and scope, take a tour, participating libraries, their educational board, and then copyright information. So we have all of these, and if you click on one of them, all of those will now appear on the side. So we have selection criteria for the database, and then the nature and scope talks about what kind of information is included in the database. You can take a tour. So it talks about like what is American Indian newspapers, how to locate newspapers, use their limiters, talks about the interactive features like their search frequency tool, which I'll talk about in a little bit, their photo features, and then my archive, how to save material in American Indian databases, which you can do. You can create an account by coming up here and registering. There's information on those participating libraries that I mentioned earlier. Information on their editorial board, and then copyright information for material. So now I'm going to go up to newspapers. So here is where you can start searching for newspapers. They have several different ways that you can search. You can select a specific newspaper, or you can view all newspapers. So they have the Carolina Indian Voice, the Indian School Journal, the Indian Trader, Cherokee Phoenix, on Indian land, the Indian medicine bag. So there's a bunch of different ones that you can choose from. You can do a search just in this little search bar. You also have the option to do an advanced search. So you have all these limiters that you can use in Boolean operators. Go back. So let's go to the Cherokee Phoenix. And we get a list of all of the publications that are within the Cherokee Phoenix. There's also a little description of the Cherokee Phoenix. We have the issue title, the image, the issue date, and then the newspaper. You can switch from newspaper, publisher, or publication location. You can select the language that you want, the date, or a specific library archive. So if I click on this it will give me some metadata, tells me which library that this resource came from. You can download it as a PDF, you can download an image range. So if you just wanted image 1 to whatever, you can select just one. You can add it to your archive. You can search within the document. If I click on it, it will take a second to load it. You can also use their citation select exportation tool, which I'll show you in a second. So here you can, it'll go to different parts of the publication, or you can just zoom in so that you can read the publication. Go back. And then here's their chosen citation for this resource. Let me go back one more time. So we have our browse by newspaper view, or you can do a list view, and this just shows you everything that's in the database. But also, I'm going to go back to American Indian newspapers, point out that you can search right here as well. So they have several different ways that you can search. Now I'm going to go to searching, this is their search frequency tool. So you can discover the most relevant articles and newspaper issues for your search using this frequency graph. Enter one or multiple search terms and view how frequently they occur across the issues included in American Indian newspapers. Then explore the graph to see how terms interact and find trends across time. And they have a video guide for this as well. So I'm going to put in some search terms and see what comes up. So I can search, and if you're logged in, it will save your previous searches. So it'll give it a second to load. And this can be really helpful when trying to find like the keywords. So we have our total hits for Indigenous, for Arkansas, for Little Rock, and then for all three of those together. And it'll tell you like the timeline as well. So for all three of them, they have hits from 1997 to 2016. So you can see how these keywords work together. And you can refine your search terms to just years with hits. So this is a really interesting tool that can be used. We're also going to go up to Explore now. We have newspaper profiles, video introductions, photo features, and external links. And like earlier, when you click on one of these, all those options are now on the side as tabs. So we have newspaper profiles. So let's go. So like we looked at the Cherokee Phoenix earlier. So it just gives you more of a description about that publication. We have video introduction. So this is from the Sequoia National Research Center. You have that transcript. You can print out that transcript, download it as a PDF. So this is just giving you information about the center. There are photo features. So like any other resource in the database, you can save these to your archive if you have an account. You can also print it out, download it as a PDF, etc. And like the others, you can zoom in and out on it. You have some metadata on it. So you have a bunch of different options that you can choose from. So these are all the images. You have display options, so you can do as a thumbnail or as a list. So now you can see all that metadata right here. You also have image options that you can do. So you go up to essays. So for essays, this is just for detailed information about specific titles and themes within American Indian newspapers. See the essays and video interviews below. So the changing, and you can click on it here or over here, and it tells you if it's a video or just a post. So the history of the Cherokee Phoenix, we have that video. You can select where in the video you want to go, and they have a transcript. And then for just a post, it all opens in a new tab, and you have that right here for you to view as well. And they have a citation, and you can choose the format MLA, Harvard, or Chicago. So extra tabs. Okay, and then let's go back one more time. Oh no, essays is one tab. Okay, and then you have the help tab. So again, it shows up these icons, page by page guide, frequently asked questions, teaching, privacy policy, their terms of use, and then contact information. Shows up now as these little tabs on the side, so those icons. So you have that page by page guide, there's videos, there's images, so basically just walking through the guide like I just did. We have frequently asked questions, so you can see, you know, how much material can I copy? Can I use these images in my essays? Things like that. There's teaching information, so this is showing instructors how to like show where the citations are, how to navigate the website, how to download PDFs, save URLs, things like that. So this is really helpful for both the students and instructors. And there's also some more frequently asked questions here. They have their privacy policy linked, terms of use, like for licenses for the material, and then there's our contact information. And so you can navigate all this by these little tabs, or you can click on these three little lines and you can access everything here as well. They also have some accessibility features, so you can increase the contrast or make the text larger. And to go back to the homepage at any time, you just click on American Indian Newspapers at the top, and here you are. So American Indian Newspapers truly has so much to offer faculty, students, and course instruction. Not only does it promote the use of affordable and content, but it also provides students with an alternate way to access class information in a cheaper and more accessible way. Moreover, American Indian Newspapers allow students the opportunity to dive deeper into different perspectives, points of view, and lived experiences that they might not otherwise have encountered during their academic journey. Hope you and your students find this database helpful, as well as this video. Have a good day.